The LAUSD strike continues. Thousands of students and their families being impacted, while the district says they cannot do what workers are asking for. Going big for Beyonce, while some of the superstar's fans say they'd rather go overseas to catch her show rather than seeing it here in the U.S. Hello, everyone. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. Families across the LA Unified School District are having to find alternative child care. Support workers and teachers continued their strike. They say that they are not backing down on their demand for a 30% wage increase. District Superintendent Alberto Cavallo says workers were offered a 23% raise with a 3% bonus.
That's 7% considering the size of our workforce. Has a significant impact on our finances. It would not be prudent or legal to go beyond what we have on the table.
We don't feel the appreciation. We feel like we're the little people at the bottom. It's the people that sit up there, sit high up, that gets all the money. But we're the ones out here that's making the district run. And we are the ones that they don't want to give anything to.
Workers plan to return to work Friday, but they say another strike could happen if an agreement is not reached. They've been getting heavy snow in the San Bernardino Mountains. Check this out. This is a look at what Running Springs looks like, which could see at least 2 feet of snow from this latest storm. The snow combined with the wind and fog make conditions on the roads very dangerous. The wind was so strong Tuesday that Mountain High had to stop operating for safety reasons. The ski resort says they didn't want people on chairlifts when gusts were reaching over 60 miles per hour. Meantime, people living in mountain communities are still struggling to repair the damage caused by all of the recent storms.
And I'm afraid the whole thing's just going to end up caving in, the whole thing inside. And then that means we won't even be able to save any of the walls or anything.
What a mess. The roof on Jamie Sanders' home in Crestline collapsed from all of the snow last week. She's worried that more snow will cause even more damage. Travel is not recommended in the mountains, but if you need to, don't forget to take your chains with you. That's so important. This is a look at the snow that fell in Frazier Park. You can see a thin blanket of snow right there on the streets. Tuesday night, CHP was escorting cars through the Grapevine because snow was sticking on the freeway. Well, check out this video of the heavy snow that hit the San Bernardino Mountains. The community of Blue Jay in Lake Arrowhead is getting buried by inches of fresh powder. All of our snow this season means we'll be able to ski and snowboard well into the summer. How does that sound? Mammoth Mountain announced it will stay open until July, likely even later. Can you believe it? Mammoth had nearly 650 inches of snow at its main lodge this season. That's 54 feet. Now, that's close to its all-time snowfall record of 668 inches. Mammoth Resort officials say operations could remain open later than July, and it's likely to be the best skiing and riding they've ever seen. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Belen De Leon, who's tracking the storm.
Just as spring arrived, we had a winter storm in our hands. We broke rainfall records on Tuesday when we got to 1.5 inches in Long Beach, downtown LA 1.43, a little more than an inch in Burbank, and Lancaster 0.67 beat out that old record of 1995. Now we've got rain for one more day on Wednesday, and then things start to dry out on Thursday. Now at the coast, we have some high surf and seas through Thursday evening. Coastal flood advisory for Ventura County, a high surf advisory in effect for LA and Orange County, so please stay out of the water. Now, as far as the temperatures go, well, the weather on Wednesday still pretty cold with scattered showers. We dry out on Thursday, cool 56, and then we bring back the sunshine just in time for the weekend with temperatures a touch warmer in the low 60s and dry for now, so let the umbrella take a break.
An Anaheim man has been arrested on suspicion of killing his ex-girlfriend. Now, we're showing his photo because investigators say he has a history of abuse and may have more assault victims. Aaron Romo is being held without bail for the murder of 24-year-old Morel Lee Mateas. Police found her body Friday in an apartment in Anaheim. Her family tells us she called police on the boyfriend back in December after the two got into a fight.
This man was an aggressive person. You could just see it, his vibe. When you looked at him in his eyes, you could see the evil in his eyes.
Detectives believe Romo assaulted other women in the past, and they were asking those women to please come forward. A grand jury is deciding if there's enough evidence to indict former President Trump. This is related to hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels back in 2016. The Manhattan DA is investigating if the former president falsified business records in connection to the payment. He maintains he did not commit a crime, and his lawyers argue he was a victim of extortion. Top Republicans attack the DA's possible case.
And I think in your heart of hearts, you know, too, that you think this is just political. And I think that's what the rest of the country thinks, and we're kind of tired of that.
In anticipation of a possible indictment, New York City is ramping up security and putting more officers on the ground just in case there are protests. LA County's eviction moratorium will not be extended for another year. In a split vote, the LA County Board of Supervisors failed to pass a resolution that would have extended certain residential tenant protections, prohibiting landlords from evicting tenants without just cause. Supervisor Janice Hahn, who voted against the extension, said tenant protections may not be as crucial at this point when unemployment is low and the pandemic has subsided. LA County supervisors have voted to rename Grand Park in downtown LA in honor of Gloria Molina. The 74-year-old former supervisor announced last week that she was living with an aggressive terminal cancer. She spent 23 years on the board and was the first female member of the board. In fact, she was instrumental in creating the green space known as Grand Park. A plaque will be placed there in her honor. Gwyneth Paltrow appeared in court over a ski collision in Utah back in 2016. The Academy Award-winning actress is being sued for allegedly crashing into a doctor while skiing at Deer Valley Resort. Dr. Terry Sanderson is suing Paltrow for $300,000 in damages. He claims the actress continued skiing after she slammed into him. Sanderson's lawyers say he was left with multiple injuries, including a brain injury and 4 broken ribs. Paltrow sees it differently, claiming the retired doctor skied into her, causing her to fall to the ground. She is countersuing. The trial is expected to last about a week. Democrats on the Senate Homeland Security Committee are releasing a report saying drug shortages could pose a threat to national security. Well, according to that report, between 2021 and 2022, new drug shortages jumped by nearly 30%, now affecting around 300 different medications. Drugs that have been in short supply recently include various children's medications, antibiotics, and treatments for ADHD. The report says shortages are often caused by over-reliance on foreign resources, especially Chinese manufacturers, and poor oversight on the pharmaceutical supply chain. Democrats warn both of those factors pose, quote, an unacceptable national security risk. We know Hollywood and movie fans love a good comeback story, right? Well, some eagle-eyed web surfers believe they may have spotted the next big reveal. It's because Blockbuster's website appears to be active again. This is the screen you'll see if you go to Blockbuster.com. It says, please be kind while we rewind. That's if you visit on your cell phone. And we are working on rewinding your movie if you log onto the standard desktop version. What does this mean? So the only Blockbuster video left in the world is in Bend, Oregon. And most fans are guessing that Blockbuster, which is now owned by Dish Network, could be setting up to join the streaming market sometime in the future, so we shall see. Some major star power at the White House, where President Biden presented special medals to a group of singers, authors, artists, and humanitarians. The Boss, Bruce Springsteen, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Mindy Kaling, and Gladys Knight were among those who received the National Medal of Arts. Writer Walter Isaacson and author Amy Tan were honored with the National Medal of Humanities.
The work of our honorees is as diverse as the nation that celebrates with them today. But common threads weave them together in many ways, in the very fabric of America.
Very nice. So the medals are President Biden's first batch of awards for the arts and humanities. The ceremony was delayed by the pandemic. So how does free breakfast sound to wrap up a very busy week? Sounds good to me. Taco Bell is collaborating with LA's Yeasty Boys Bagels this weekend. So get this, you can actually spot this truck at different Yeasty Boy locations from Friday to Sunday. Customers will spot 6 unique menu items like the Bell Bagel and Saucy Schmear, or a cherry melt breakfast burrito, which looks so delicious. There's also the cinnamon twist bagel sando, which is a toasted bagel with Mexican spice cream cheese and cinnamon twist. I'll take one of those. The menu will be free, but limited to one item per customer. Grab it while you can. All right, tickets to see Beyonce in the U.S. are so expensive, some Americans are opting to see her in Europe instead. So fans say that right now a flight to London and one concert ticket can cost the same amount as one U.S. ticket for her Renaissance tour. Experts say that people would rather pay for a whole experience to get more bang for their bucks. Problems with Ticketmaster and expensive pre-sale prices are also enticing fans to go abroad. Now you have me thinking that actually sounds like a really good idea. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4, weekdays 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.